Lots of smoke there. The Oklahoma Supreme Court strikes down 2 abortion laws, saying both are unconstitutional.
And many top Republican leaders have blasted today's court ruling, including the governor, who has promised to make Oklahoma the most pro-life state in the country.
News 4's Capitol Bureau Chief Nick Camper joins us now. You're looking into what today's decision now means for abortion access in Oklahoma. Nick?
Right, a medical emergency or preserving the life of the mother is still the only way abortion is allowed in Oklahoma. Today's ruling technically expands access because the court says it's now up to a doctor to determine when a mother's life is at risk.
So now doctors and those healthcare providers in those moments can determine if an abortion is necessary to continue to protect the life of the Oklahoman.
The Oklahoma Supreme Court struck down 2 laws banning abortion. One is known as the Heartbeat Law. The other one allowed people to sue doctors and anyone else who aids and abets an abortion. The one exception was a medical emergency, but the court ruled Wednesday that both laws didn't satisfy the court's belief that pregnant women have an inherent right to an abortion when necessary to preserve her life. Tamaya Cox-Teray is co-chair of Oklahoma for Reproductive Justice and says the laws left doctors and patients confused.
Oklahomans were presenting at hospitals with major infections or risk of bleeding and hemorrhaging, and doctors were not providing care or not ending the pregnancy because of those laws. Those laws were so poorly written.
Governor Kevin Stitt disagrees with what he says is the court's activism to create a right to an abortion in Oklahoma, adding, "This court has once more over-involved itself in the state's democratic process and has interceded to undo legislation created by the will of the people." Access has been expanded because of this ruling, but the law of the land still states abortion is illegal with the exception of preserving a woman's life. That law is from 1910. The Oklahoma Supreme Court has stated that laws signed last year were either too strict or did not define a constitutional exception, and in March clarified that preserving a woman's life is up to her doctor.
And that it would be a judgment call of the doctor.
Today's ruling now makes all of the new abortion laws signed last year unconstitutional. The author of the bills from today, Senator Julie Daniels, was not happy, saying in part of a statement, a rogue Oklahoma Supreme Court acting as self-appointed legislators unleashed another attack on Oklahoma's unborn children. She went on to say the court also thumbed its nose at the legislature and showed their contempt for the separation of powers.